I'm okay. I'm I'm okay. Don't worry. So Attack on Titan, Chapter 82. If you haven't read it already, I'm going to full spoilers, so go read it first. But oh man, we haven't had a chapter like we've been hinting at stuff like this for a while, and you knew something bad was gonna happen. They hinted it with Erwin, they hinted it with Levi, um, but we finally got our big main character death in quite a while, and it's sad to say, but it looks like Armin is gone. And the way he goes out though is such a trooper, and it's honestly the dialogue that kills you in this chapter. So just going from the beginning, we last chapter we were all into the Levi versus the Beast Titan kind of thing where he just demolished them and everything, but we don't go into any of that. So this chapter really goes pretty quickly because we're only focused on Aaron's side of things. So we see Armin run over to Aaron and be like, "Come on, wake up!" Armin's waking up, and they're getting ready to somehow fight Colossal Titan. And you're still like, "Okay, what's gonna happen?" Like they're about to get wrecked again. And then on the other end, we have Mikasa, John, Connie, and Sasha all like, "Hey, we need to focus on Rainer. We have to destroy the Armor Titan. They have 3 Thunder Spears left, and let's go in and fight." So going on Mikasa's side and stuff like that, Mikasa just immediately blitzes Rainer and just destroys his the back of his leg and just makes him fall. And Rainer's just like confused, like, how was that so easy for them? And you can tell, even though he was regenerated, he's really weak right now, and he's just not at the top of his game. So even in his mind, he's just like, oh man, like I have to go help out Birth Maul, just do things. So and then we go into their plan to kill Rainer, where basically they're like, all right, we're gonna use 2 of the two of the Thunder Spheres and attack his jaw, open it up, and then Mikasa's just gonna ram right inside. Phrasing, but she's gonna go right inside and just take him out through his mouth instead of going through the nape, which is amazing. I didn't honestly even think of that. And this chapter is all about crazy plans that work, kind of. So they go in, try to use the Thunder Spheres, and it doesn't work completely. But then out of nowhere, we have Hanji show up. She looks all kind of grizzled and everything, and then she goes and basically helps open up the jaw, the last part, and then Mikasa has the finishing blow. And this better be the last of Rainer. I don't care if you love Rainer or whatever, but he's been coming back. If you come back after losing your head, like the writer's been it's been going a little too much. So hopefully this is the end of him, or else it's just going to be pulling too much and just stretching on these characters more than they have to be. But that final frame where we just see Mikasa with the Thunder Spear going straight through the throat of the Armor Titan, you just see Rainer fly through the back with a huge hole in his chest. I really hope there's no way of coming back from that. But that's a great way to end it. But with another thing to note on her side, we see Sasha get hit by all these basically broken up wood that's coming from the Armor Titan sweeping a house. So some people are saying she's dead. I definitely don't think she's dead, but she's definitely injured. So I've heard some theories where maybe she's going to be the one to get the Titan Serum next. Maybe she's on her kind of very weakened state, and we need somebody to get it. Which would be really interesting, a big twist, because Sasha hasn't done anything. But I think that's pretty much a stretch. But also on that side, so now we have Hanji back. We have Sasha kind of beaten up and hurt. Now going into Aaron's side, which is honestly the more interesting side in this battle. So we have Aaron just kind of up on top of the wall, and you have Armin on his side. And I'm like, oh, and then Aaron's just talking about a plan, and there's some flashbacks in the very beginning of the chapter talking about hey, this is Aaron's plan. And I thought what it was that for a moment was that, hey, let's kick him up on top of the wall. That was the plan all along. Now I can reach, his neck and just grab him or choke him. I don't know. I thought that's what he was planning. I was like, that's about to fail so bad. It's a terrible idea. But no, he falls down the wall like all silly, and then you realize it's because he's tired, and the Colossal Titan's like, okay, and you can see his thoughts in his head. He's just like, okay, this is how you want to go down. He's honestly just saying I wish all these people are dead at this point. he literally lost any remorse he had. Because at some, earlier in a few chapters before, he was showing a little bit of remorse. He was like, hey, I don't want to do this. It seems like more conflicted. But now he's just like, yeah, I mean, I just want them dead. It would just be easier. I just want everyone dead. So he's just not caring at this point. And then Armin is just like, all right. He goes and attaches to the Colossal Titan's teeth. And knowing that his teeth, when the Colossal Titan uses basically the heat wave attack, his skin might burn off and it might take out the maneuver gear. But if he goes into the teeth, the bone's not going to break apart. So he stays there. And then Colossal Titan's like, if that's how you want to die, you're much smarter than this. But you know what? I'm just going to end it quick. So then he just goes out with even stronger heat wave and just decimates Armin. And Armin's there, like, he's not like, oh no, it's hurting, right? No, he's being literally burned alive. And you see him losing his hair, losing all his eyebrows and everything. And he's just burning his skin, searing. And he's like, but he's just saying, like, hey, I got to do this, got to stall more time. And you're like, but stall more time for what? What's our, Eren going to do on the ground? And then it's just, so that's already depressing. And then his lines are even more depressing where he's like, oh, I'm going to see the ocean, that going through his head. That was already like a death call when he said that a few chapters ago. Like, oh, I want to live this through so I can see the ocean. You're like, yeah, Armin's going to die at some point. And it hurt, but we finally saw it. But then the craziest thing about this is their plan. And this was a plan. This wasn't like on the fly. Like, Colossal Titan's like trying to notice Eren's like, Eren's just sitting there doing nothing. And why is Armin waiting? Then he realizes, like, oh, damn, that's a hardened Titan. It's just like basically the skin of the Titan just sitting there, and it tricked Berthmald. It did. He's so tall and just kind of peeks down, and he's like, oh, damn, that's a bad idea. And out of nowhere, first time Eren pretty much has ever done anything in his non-Titan form, he goes out and he snuck around the Colossal Titan and basically goes into his nape. Goes for an attack, and it's not just slash, maybe it kind of hurts him. No, he literally like pulls out Berthmald, has both his arms teared off, and just rips out his body. And then Berthmald, while doing this, he's like, oh, he's realizing what it was. He's like, oh man, this was a plan. And even with his pained and like broken up state, I mean, he's still alive, but he's like hurt enough where he can't go back into Colossal Titan form anytime soon because he has to wait for his body to heal. And yeah, and that's how it goes, and that's just a ridiculous plan that worked, and that's what this chapter is all about: ridiculous plans that worked and huge losses. So yeah, quick chapter read, and geez, it's the final page that really kills you, where you just see Armin's seared body down there, and you just see Eren holding Berthmald, just looking over him. Just it's some people are saying like, hey, he might still be alive. No, he's not alive. Some people are saying that, like, hey, let's give him the serum. If you give him the serum, it's like, as much as I hate to say it, I think it's a good thing that he's dead now, because just to get into, that's how the manga is. It's a depressing manga, and we needed a big character death for a while. And I think the way he went out gave him justice, gave him strength to his character, and it's as depressing as it sounds, like, it's really setting the tone, because, they did have two big wins here. They essentially destroyed the Armor Titan. They essentially beat Berthmald. But that comes with loss. That's just what we're going to have to see. But yeah, great. It's just a great chapter. The last couple chapters of Attack on Titan, like, while I do love the manga in general, sometimes it gets slow. These last couple chapters have been just phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to it. Theories on what's coming up next. I guess we're going to have to see what's happening on Levi's side. This might be the end of the battle. You might just see Levi defeat the Titans. You see him defeat the Titans. Maybe Beast Titan got away. Hopefully that's not just where it ends, and they just have a bunch of chapters of fixing up everything. What are they going to do with Berthmald? A lot of people think they're going to keep him prisoner because Eren just didn't immediately kill him. He's obviously not strong enough. Berthmald's obviously not strong enough to go back in the Colossal Titan form anytime soon, and probably they're going to try to get some information out of him. If it was me, I would just kill him immediately because, hey, my best friend just died. And you know what? I don't care. Just kill him. And you know what? With how many times people come back and just cause more problems, I would say just completely destroy him. Like, yeah. But yeah, like I said, great chapter. Thanks for watching. And if you want more Attack on Titan manga reviews and other reviews for other things, subscribe. I've got a lot more to come. Of course, I'll be doing the Attack on Titan reviews every month, and when other things come out, doing reviews for that too. So, see you guys next time. Thanks so much.